Alright, silly me. I left the vent plug out of this new board after finishing it. I took it for a surf, had a great session, but I forgot the vent plug, which is over here. It's one of the auto vents with Gore-Tex. So it's actually underneath the tail pad here. Anyways, this is how much water I've collected out of it already. So I'm just going to continue on sucking out the water. I had weighed the board previously and then I weighed it afterwards, and yeah, there was about a pound of water in it, and I've already let a lot of it drip out through gravity last night. So today I got the vacuum pump going, connected up to a mason jar, and then I've done this in another video, and then it's connected directly to a plate here with a barb, and it just creates a vacuum. Ideally, I want another hole somewhere in the board so you can kind of get airflow through it, but this is working pretty well. This will get the majority of it out. So I'm going to turn it on. And you can kind of see the water moving up here. And then it comes down and drips into the container, and this just pulls the vacuum. So you can see it really dripping. Anyways, that's how you suck the water out of a board that has been waterlogged. And this is for an EPS board. So if you have an XPS core, it's probably fine. This could work for a polyurethane blank as well. And my pump is extremely noisy, but it works. Okay, here's just a better look at the setup. Pump is there. It draws the vacuum through the mason jar with the two barbs. And then the hose connected to a barb with a plate, just so that you could wrap it with plastic, in my case, because it's offset from the board already with the deck pad. And I just taped it down to create a seal with some Gorilla Tape. Alright, now to get a little airflow through the board, what I've done is I've poked two holes on either side of the stringer, just two 1/16 tiny holes here, and I can actually hear the air being sucked through the board. So I'm just going to hold the mic up to it, and you'll get to hear the air. So there's a good amount of air now flowing right through the board. So that'll kind of take out the rest of the residual kind of wetness, I'll say. All right, I created a valve that I could just screw into the vent plug to be able to suck the air out. But anyways, it was the same as what I had this plate. This is a little more versatile when you need to do like a repair, if you have like a big area of the board that you removed the glass, and then you can just tape this on. So all that is a barb connected to a piece of plate with some epoxy putty, and that creates a nice airtight seal. And then of course you just connect the vacuum hose to that like I had before when I had all that tape here. But this is a little more elegant. Anyways, I got the board all dry now. I weighed it. It's back to just about where it should be. I'm maybe like 1/10 of a pound away. But this is how much water I sucked out of this board. This is that's quite a bit of water. All right, so the most important thing is if you do get a crack or anything in your board, or if you're stupid like me and left the vent plug out, make sure to seal up your board before you go surf it again. I should also take a second to go over this actual board. This is one of my latest builds. I actually been working on this for quite some time, and I just kind of came back to it. Just like the tinted board, which I've actually finally sanded the hot coat. I'm going to get a gloss coat on it here soon. So what I've done on this is based on the Channel Islands Hoglet, except for I made it more of a groveler. It's a little thicker. The dimensions on this guy here is 5'4", 21 3/4, and 2 3/4, and it comes in at approximately about 41 liters. Set up as a thruster. I also have a beautiful deck inlay and a bottom inlay. My inlay skills have vastly improved. It's just beautiful. I've already gotten a bunch of comments on this. People ask me about, like, you know, what kind of design was this or the inspiration. And it's just basically cloth from spoonflower.com. I forget the designer's name. It's a beautiful floral print. And I did it on the nose here as well. And I've also, on a lot of my boards now, switched over to just trying out some of this. I had some leftover sup decking, and I love it. This is super comfy. Don't have to deal with wax. It's super grippy. And on a lot of my boards, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I've been 3D printing handles on all my boards. It just makes holding the board a lot easier. I don't understand why more boards don't do it. I guess it's an aesthetic thing, or maybe your foot can slide in it or whatever. But on wider boards, I do like having that handle. It just makes it a lot easier to hold. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And that there is my latest build. Super fun board. Great for, because it's shorter, great for even when the waves get a little pitchy. All right, see you guys in the next one.